Hey, what's up, everyone? Luigi GX right here, and today I'm gonna be reacting to Ruby versus Maka, Ruby versus Soul Eater. To be honest, I really have watched Ruby, like all volumes, to volume one to volume five. And to be honest, even though I didn't really see Soul Eaters that much, I mean, I do have Burb, and it is available right there, all episodes. So I might be able to check this out, but I'm in the middle of watching anime like Full Metal Alchemist. But to be honest, to be honest, I am gonna try to give Soul Eaters a chance, but we're getting off topic here. So I feel like Ruby's gonna win this one, but I really do want Maka to win. I do like Maka a bit better than Ruby, which is pretty weird. But yeah, that's just me. Anyway, as always, make sure to check out the original video. I'll be right back here once again, okay? Okay. Great watch. We're done. Fill up everything around Mason, though.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the second episode of Season 3.
We all know who's back, Wire Torch. Oh yeah, I just remembered something. I want to thank all you guys for checking out like the Smash Bros. My reactions to Super Smash Bros. Versus PlayStation All Stars. I was not expecting to get that many views under 1 week. We got 500 something. She's right. Will G Fresh?
Finally, we get a battle between two chicks. When was the last time we had a battle with two females?
The last full episode that included two chicks was Yandere-chan and Kara.
Oh yeah.
That episode was back in
Wait, is it?
Wait.
Yeah.
Did you just assume Kara's gender as a girl and not an attack helicopter? You very well just started a salt storm with the Undertale fandom.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let them get triggered. What's worse is that you're taking tonight's video off topic, which is doing a bigger disservice to the audience.
To be honest, I like Warlord a lot better.
Let's get back on track.
That's mostly because probably that he's been here longer and it's all laugh.
Cartoon Fight Club's next round of fighters. Let's kick things off with the edgy version of Little Red Riding Hood, Ruby Rose.
In what way is Ruby like Little Red Riding Hood?
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
people keep making that joke.
I mean, she's got the red hood and she fights wolf-like creatures such as the Grimm. There is definitely a comparison.
Well, speaking of the Grimm, this is a good place to start this analysis. The world of Remnant is savaged by these beasts. Because of this, society needed huntsmen and huntresses to step up to the plate and put a stop to these monsters.
And to Ruby
That is true.
and her older half-sister Yang. After Ruby's mom, Summer Rose, was sent into a dirt nap, Ruby and Yang took on training from their uncle Crow. Crow taught Ruby how to become a master at
Yes.
wielding the scythe.
She was such a
I don't really to come back to Cartoon Fight Club. I would want a 2-on-2 fight for her and Yang versus the Mario Brothers. Brothers versus sisters. I thought this was wild, to be honest. I feel like that Mario and Luigi assets, but we're getting off pocket right now. I'm sorry. I just really wanted to mention that.
And a large scythe.
The Crescent Rose is loaded with 4 different types of dust ammunition: fire dust, ice dust, electric dust, and gravity dust.
Fire, ice, and electric are all pretty self-explanatory, elementary range-based.
The gravity, that's
But
different.
the gravity dust is a unique technique in which Ruby uses her recoil to launch herself miles into the air for both aerial travel and aerial combat.
Her semblance is speed. Ruby is one
That
of
is
the
true.
best
She does have a high in
fighters in
speed.
the entire series, as she can move far faster than the eye can perceive. She can use her speed to create heavy wind gusts, rush attacks, and mid-air combos.
And then there's the mysterious Silver Eyes. This ability is still
Wow.
a mystery.
Wait, they're including
This is
that?
a legendary ability that Ruby inherited from her mother. Much like Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time, this ability needs a strong inner triggering to perform. It's not something Ruby can do whenever she feels. But if she gains the emotional sense to unleash the Silver Eyes, the power is unmatched. She froze and incapacitated a giant Grim Dragon and severely damaged Cinder with this blast.
With all this in mind, as a 16-year-old girl, she can sometimes be quite naive, and as a human, she does have clear limitations in regard to durability and physical capability.
Overall,
Oh yeah, she does have low durability.
when it comes to grim hunting and scythe wielding, while she is young and has much to learn, with her superhuman speed and power, she is a formidable opponent in the heat of battle. Maka originally started out as Daddy's little girl, being the prized daughter of Spirit Albarn. However, after she witnessed her father cheat on her mother,
Oh, Ruby's 2 years older.
follow in her mom's footsteps to become a Meister.
This is the part where Maka partners up with Soul Eater in an attempt to
Okay,
create
so
a
Ruby
devil
has an advantage in
more
speed.
powerful than that of her father.
Maka is essentially Soul's tactician. She plays the role of Brain while Soul plays Brawn. Together, they make a great duo when it comes to facing witches. Now, these witches aren't your Halloween broom-flying, hook-nosed, soup-stewing witches. Witches in the Soul
Wizard laws.
are much more manipulative and dangerous.
The general population of humans are extremely distrustful of witches from their previous attempts of causing destruction centuries ago.
Luckily for the general human population, they have Maka and Soul on their side, protecting them. Maka carries an anti-demon wavelength, as her soul's rhythm naturally repels evil energies.
When Soul Eater transforms
he did
into
say
the
something about
scythe,
that.
Maka can wield the scythe with great skill. She is on par with her mother and is a straight A student in the Death Weapon Meister Academy.
Maka possesses an extremely rare type of soul, which only 1 in 50 million people have. This is known as the Grigori Soul type. With this, she can unlock the abilities of Flight, the anti-demon wavelength we previously discussed, and Soul
I don't think it's gonna be useful on
to
Ruby.
sense the attributes and estimated capabilities of her target.
Maka is an enhanced athlete, a skilled hand-to-hand fighter, a skilled meister, and has several degrees of armor in her arsenal.
Maka's main armor sets are the White Grigori armor and the Black Blood. The Black Blood armor is a dress reformed out of Soul Eater's Black Blood and acts as Maka's armor.
Again, I don't know much about Maka, so I'm not gonna be training instant things I know about her.
The White
Stuff I don't think they'll be
offers
useful.
very similar defensive protection, along with the ability of flight.
Maka knows a number of hunt attacks, such as the number 6 hunt, the letter U hunt, and the threat cut. These are serious tactical patterns of swinging the scythe, all in which Maka has mastered.
Remember, both Maka and Soul Eater are living things, and they do have limits. Maka can't carelessly whip out her scythe as if it was an intimate object. Without the assistance of Soul, her capabilities diminish.
Oh, she's like that. I have no problem.
Witnessed her weapon partner badly injured. Maka also found out that Frankenstein was far out of her league and even saw his soul and became afraid of him to the point where she nearly broke down in fear. Overall, Maka is a highly skilled Meister, and her partner Soul is a very powerful weapon. Together, the pair make a great duo, and while Maka is still young with much to learn, she has plenty under her belt for a teenager. While the circumstantial simulator loads up, please remember that tonight's upload was sponsored by Cradle of Empires, which is a free iOS and Android natural puzzle game. Just by downloading with that custom link down below, you could greatly support this channel to create more awesome animations.
I feel like Ruby is gonna win because of the stats. Because if you saw the last video and watched the beginning to end, you would know that Amateur One's gonna be doing something different because besides. Yes, I will miss like the way how he really does it, but I don't know, that's just me. I just miss. Anyway, Wire Torch. Missed you, buddy. Maka versus Ruby. Alright, we can tell he's been working on this for a while. That's that. Alright. Okay, that was good.
Ah!
And there's Maka.
Hey! Those are our Cation souls! Stop killing them like that!
Okay.
Put your crazy ass gun sight whatever the fuck away and just let us handle it, alright?
It's no use talking to her. Soul, transform.
Wait! We don't have to fight!
Okay. Yes, you do. Hey. Alright. Yeah, I feel like Ruby definitely has a much better chance of winning. But unless Ruby can somehow unlock, like, the Silver Eye transform, I think Maka has a better chance of winning. That's only because it throws up like anyway. Alright. And combat. Alright. Alright, hang up. Okay, stop it right now. I don't really know that the guy right there was actually Maka's weapon. I didn't know it was a living thing. Wait, I don't know. What do you have? Oh. Whoa. Okay. Yep.
The winner is
Alright. Alright.
I really hope you enjoyed that animation. Special thanks to the animator, Wire Torch, and the co-host, Little G Fresh. If you enjoyed what you saw, please check out their channels.
Don't forget to check out my channel for a number of original songs, music videos, and much more that I have made. Everybody, right now, subscribe to Little G Fresh.
Also, special thanks to the voice actors.
Alright.
The voice of Ruby was played by Desty704, and the voice of Maka was played
voice
by
actors?
Cody Cat. So check out all 4 of these channels. Also, please don't forget that tonight's upload was sponsored by Cradle of Empires. Just by downloading this free game with our custom link below, you could definitely support the future of this channel because we are going for a quality over quantity format, which does need a lot bigger budget. So please consider downloading that game. It only takes a few seconds. And now let's get ready for the post-analysis.
Post-analysis.
Oh boy, now
I gotta understand why Ruby wins.
It's super important to mention these 2 things. Firstly, we decided to give the technical victory for only taking out Maka. Yes, theoretically, Soul may or may not still be around, but that doesn't matter since we wanted this fight to be looked at as a one-on-one as as possible. And while in its most analytical definition this is a 2-on-1, we found it completely reasonable to end the fight once Ruby KO'd Maka of Soul status. The second thing is that this fight was such a super close call to make, especially since not only both characters are so statistically similar, will be discussed soon, but also because Ruby is still developing as a character while Maka is pretty much complete. But with all this in mind, if you're willing to listen, I would definitely be willing to explain that Ruby is statistically the superior combatant in this theoretical battle.
Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive.
Yeah, Ruby is gonna have the
Let's
speed.
start with speed, and one of the fastest things Ruby has shown actually comes from the iconic Ruby Red trailer. In this scene, she takes out a total of 51 monsters in just 1 minute and 10 seconds. However, that 1 minute and 10 seconds is direct animation time, not plot time. For example, Flash moves much slower in direct animation time since it's impossible to animate faster than light speeds without making the video too blurry to understand. The point I'm trying to make is that in
It's true.
ended up finishing this battle much.
I'm dealing with somebody
In the
from
final stretch of the
freezing
battle,
up.
she fires a round of bullets and then proceeds to dash alongside the bullets. She takes out 24 of the 51 total monsters in the time it took for one bullet shell to fall and hit the floor. These monsters are roughly 8 feet high, and when the shell fell from the floor, it didn't dig through the ground as if it fell miles down. The time it takes for a metal shell like this to fall 8 feet is roughly 4/5 or 0.8 of 1 single second. Ruby physically and defeated 24 monsters in 0.8 of 1 second. Let's lowball this and forget the fighting part. Just traveling this distance of 2,568 feet with a minimal semblance multiplier would put Ruby at roughly 6 times the speed of sound, and this is lowballing. Now let's compare this to Maka. Maka is arguably the fastest thing in the Soul Eater universe, meaning she can easily scale to many other characters and feats. One of the fastest
Alright, so speaking of the Mach 4.
Maka could realistically scale to is when the Demon airship traveled to the moon in roughly 3 days, making the speed of this ship roughly 3,318 miles per hour. Saying Maka can 3,318 miles per hour.
Why am I dealing with so many freeze-ups right here? Seriously, why am I dealing with this?
The ship roughly 3,318
I think I fixed it.
Saying Maka can travel 3,318 miles per hour is super generous, considering she completed her 100-meter dash in about 9 seconds, making her running speed peak human at 25 miles per hour. And we have seen her dodge bullets, which are twice the speed of sound, but this ship scale is even faster than dodging bullets at roughly 4 times the speed of sound instead of 2. So I'm being nice to Maka with this scale. Overall, through scaling, Ruby is still 25% faster than Maka, as she is 1,059 miles faster than her. The edge in speed goes to Ruby.
I'm happy that it's keeping all this.
When it comes to strength, Maka can easily scale to the strength of the werewolf character, Free. Free is strong enough to easily throw the character Mosquito.
So their strength is nearly the same?
His 200-year form is twice as heavy as his 100-year form, which he states is the weight of 100 years. This is obviously an expression, but if we lowball this, to be heavy enough to break brick just from a free fall, at the height of one 20-foot pillar, you would have to weigh at least 9,000 pounds, making the 200-year form roughly 18,000 pounds, which Free can throw and Maka can scale to. Ruby was strong enough to lift the Nevermore and carry it up a mountain, then proceeded to chop its head off. Scientists say that the anatomy of a T-Rex is closest to that of a pigeon. The only reason why I bring this up is because the giant Nevermore bird is the same height of a T-Rex, and I think that as a bird, the Nevermore can also share similar anatomy to a pigeon just like the T-Rex does, which means it is fair to say that the Nevermore should also realistically at least weigh as much as a T-Rex, making it on average 9 tons or 18,000 pounds. Overall, when it comes to strength, both Ruby and Maka share almost identical strength feats at both roughly 18,000 pounds a pair. This is pennies on the dollars at this point, but at the very least, Ruby's feat was direct and Maka's was a mutual scale. However, they both calc to...
What is going on right now?
So strength ends up being pretty much even.
What the heck was that? At least somebody was on the laptop like that. Seriously, I'm serious.
The power and durability category is going to be the most controversial one, especially since we don't know much about Ruby Silver Eyes, but with that being said, we do know enough to gather some type of statistical calculation, so let's go forth with this. Before power, let's start with durability. Ruby survived point-blank bullet shots and a free fall at roughly 580 feet. A fall of this impact has the power of 86,240 joules.
Yeah, now with the Silver Eyes right there, I really want to see Ruby and Yang versus Mario and Luigi now. I want to see if Ruby can defeat Mario himself.
Energy to destroy a suburban-sized home. Now for Ruby's own power. Her best feat does come from the Silver Eyes. Her Silver Eyes were strong enough to...
Actually, I wonder if the Silver Eyes could counter Mario's white Snooki suit. Oh, if he'll have that. That's what I'm wondering now. Okay, now I really want to see Ruby and Yang versus Mario and Luigi.
For best armor, Maka tanked a head-on Kishin blast. This blast created a 61-foot diameter crater with a blast radius of 30.5 feet. This is very similar to the Davy Crockett bomb. They share similar core measurements of roughly 50 and 60 feet respectively. This puts Maka at multi-city block durability. Maka can easily scale to that foe she was facing during this blast, putting her own power out at a multi-city block level as well. Overall, while Maka is far more durable than Ruby with her multi-city block durability versus Ruby's building durability, Ruby is far more destructive with her small-town Silver Eyes versus Maka's multi-city block scale. The edge in durability goes to Maka, but the edge in destruction and power goes to Ruby.
Intelligence and experience? Well, Ruby should have the edge in that one.
This is a very tricky category to pick apart, mainly because this is technically a 2-on-1. Without question, Maka without Soul Eater is far less experienced. If Maka does not have Soul Eater by her side as her scythe, Ruby would easily wipe the floor against her. However, we can't end the conversation and judge the battle like this, because for a good stretch of the fight, these two are going to start as a pair. Maka and Soul are essentially at the top of their class. Maka being a straight-A student, and Maka and Soul have defeated foes such as Krona and Mosquito, who has over 800 years worth of experience. While Maka does fight quite a lot in teams, and almost always fights as a pair, Maka fights as a solo pair far more often than Ruby fights completely on her own. Ruby almost always fights with either Team RWBY or Team RNJR. I will count Maka's duo experience as solo experience, since technically she is the tactician. Because of this, to give a considerable, not a huge, but a considerable intelligence and experience edge to Maka Albarn.
Okay.
All in all, this is a super close battle. Ruby holds 2 edges over Maka, being speed and power, and Maka holds a durability and intelligence edge. They both have equal strength. They are split 2 ways with 1 tie in strength.
Alright.
To pick a winner at this point is to look at the edges each character holds over each other and see who has the wider gaps. If we look at the orange circle on this blast chart, we can see that Maka's durability edge is roughly 4 times larger than Ruby's building level durability. It's tough to put a number on experience and intelligence, but at the very least, 2 heads are smarter than 1, so I would say at least Team Maka is twice as smart as Ruby. And if you think about it, saying Maka has twice the experience and intelligence as Ruby is a comfortable edge. It's being very nice to Maka, considering how skilled Ruby is. Ruby is 25% faster than Maka, and Ruby's power is small town level, which is roughly 15 square miles worth, or roughly 200 times larger than a city block. Maka has multi-city
that's a lot.
at roughly 4 blocks, making Ruby roughly 50 times more powerful. So when comparing these gaps, Ruby's edges in speed and power are wider than Maka's edges in durability and intelligence. This means that a hit from the Silver Eyes blast should be more than enough to take Maka out. Due to the black blood equipped on the Team Maka duo, the Silver Eyes can affect them, considering black blood is created through black magic for evil intent and having madness-causing properties. While Maka and Soul aren't evil, the black blood is intended to do so, meaning on an element.
Okay, so that could be a problem.
Silver Eyes should elementally have a super effective effect on this black blood that these two possess. Take Black Spider-Man, for example. Peter Parker isn't technically evil, but the black symbiote is, which means loud vibrating sounds would still affect this Black Spider-Man just as much as it would affect Venom. Ruby Silver Eyes should have the same effect on black blood, regardless of who has this black blood, making the winner of this battle Ruby Rose. Now, if you want to see a pre-time skip rematch, all you have to do is like this video. If this video gets 15,
I'm more expecting a team battle.
Also, don't forget to comment.
That's what I was mostly expecting.
And don't forget to download the free iOS and Android game Cradle of Empires by clicking the link below. Stay tuned as I reveal the next fighters for next Saturday, August 19th.
Alright, so I'm guessing it's gonna be a thing where you release every Cartoon Fight Club episode on Saturday. But anyway, so wait, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Oh, wait a minute. I remember I got a message, saying that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus, well, y'all know who. The Bat Family. Even though I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I feel like the Bat Family has a better chance of winning.
That's right, people. We have a 4-on-4 between the Bat Family and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's going to be a really epic battle. It was highly well animated, and it is worth your view. So please come back next Saturday, and if you want to support this quality over quantity format, please consider downloading the free app with our custom link in the description below. I'm Animation Rewind, and I'll fast forward to you later.
Alright, I'm open. This is a pretty good one, to be honest. It's pretty good. But anyway, I myself gonna try to make videos as much as I can. Oh, Kirby vs. Mega Man. I don't actually want that happen. But anyway, it was a pretty good one right here. This was good. Now I really want to see what Ruby could do, what Mario Luigi could do against Ruby and Yang. That's one thing I've been... Dang. I guess there's a few people that want Kirby versus Mega Man. Again, who wouldn't? But yeah, this is gonna be something right here. Bat Family versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Anyway, so yeah, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, or see you right back here next time. Luigi GX out.